Yeah, we're fortunate enough to have a machine like a TrackMan to do these virtual practice rounds. I think in a perfect world, when a competitive player goes to play in a tournament, they would do some form of practice round. Like best case scenario, number one would be they'd go physically to the place, play it. That's the best. You gain a feel for just the environment, the speed of the greens, the course conditions, what club you're going to use. Second to that would be doing a virtual round. So how can you simulate those conditions as good as possible? We can take a scorecard from a course and use the TrackMan and pick certain targets. It doesn't simulate it perfectly, but you hit the same clubs that you're hitting normally, and then you can see how far you hit away from pins, and you can do certain things with that. So we kind of simulate a simulated round. So we would start from number one, hit the drive, subtract that distance, and then all the way through. And it's you can do it in like 45 minutes compared to 5 hours, which is nice. And then B, you can really see what clubs you're going to hit. Makes it pretty straightforward because you'd have to do the math on that. And then where your good and bad, your weaknesses and strengths are. So let's say, for instance, you have a ton of shots between 100 and 130 yards that week. Okay, well then you need to make sure you're good in that zone. Maybe you only have 2 shots from 180 to 200. Well, then you don't need to grind at that zone so much this week, right? You got to do the shots that you're going to actually play. So it's really eye-opening usually for a lot of tournament players like that because they don't really think it through that much or that detail-oriented. Yeah, so I think when I'm doing simulated rounds with people, in terms of the number of times they hit the club is one thing and how eye-opening that is. And then maybe to say to them, hey, you hit driver 8 times and you hit like these little wedges into the holes. Well, in reality, if you go and they're tight, like there's tree lined, well, like you could hit 3-wood here, you could hit hybrid here. So I think in terms of management, it's really good learning for them. If you go out and look at a tour player's like yardage book, most of them that I've seen, probably not all, but most, their plan's very specific. Like it's very specific. And I see a lot of them at that skill level, not, on certain courses, not bombing driver every single hole and hitting into a zone. Well, okay, I'm going to get really good from 100 to 130, and I'm okay laying up to that zone. Things like that are things that come out when you do simulated rounds. Hole number 1. Give me the whole thing. Number 1, what club you hit in? What kind of distance are we talking with that? 30. Okay, let's start with that, please. So I'm going to give you, I'll normalize it. We'll use these. And I'll give you, what do you think, 5 yards on either side? So let's start at 130. So you got 125 to 135 in the air. Okay? And what we'll do is I'll call the clubs, and if you get them in that zone, I'll give you 2 tries. If you get them in that zone, we'll move to the next one. If not, we'll move backwards. Okay. Smooth 8. I'm going to take the wind out, so play it like a true 135. Now, is this flying 135, or is this finishing 135 after roll? After roll. Okay. See, the hard part to simulate is the roll down there versus the roll here. Okay, 131.4. We'll take that. On the second hole, you go what? Driver?
3-wood. And then 7-iron.
7-iron. Grab your 3-wood out, please. Now your 3-wood, I don't care about the distance, but I need it to finish. We're going to go over the 100-yard sign. It's got to finish between the 250 on the left and the pole just to the right of the 100 on the right. You see that gap? Okay, it's got to finish between those two. Let's do that again. Would have got away with that, but not how we want. Good shot, bub. And then about what do you have for your 3rd shot in on that hole?
140.
140. Okay. So that would be hard 8 or easy 7?
Yeah.
Which one?
7.
Easy 7. Let's do it. I see you're very good with your routines today again. Good. Good, good, good. We're back. Okay. Okay, good. 145. 6. Hybrid again?
Yeah.
Or 3-wood?
Well, depends where the tee box is.
Let's do both then. How about that? So what kind of distance are we talking here? For all 5. Yeah, one what?
185 on one side, 195 on the other.
Okay, so 85 be the hybrid with some rollout.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll do the hybrid. I'll give you 100 yard sides the flag, or your flag. The red flag is the left edge, and the pole to the right is the right edge. Got to be between those zones. Good, buddy. Okay, hit one of these for me, please. And I'll give you 250 on the left to the... I'm going to give you 250 on the left and the pole to the right. We're going to keep it tight. Stay there. Stay there. Too far right. Okay, let's go again. Good one there, bub. Good. Ooh, yeah. Okay, so we hit 2 that over push cut to the right. They cut too much, right? And then we hit 1 that kind of pull-ish straight to the left. So I'll be wondering why that might happen. What might you be doing that would be causing that? Do you want to do the punch out like you would, or you want to skip the punch out? Skip the punch out? You want to do the punch out?
You have to do it.
What club you punching out with?
5 iron.
5 iron. You got the punch shot down pat? We're gonna find out. That's right. You have enough practice.
That's my favorite.
We'll take that. I'll take that as a punch out. And I'll take a pitching wedge. So pitching wedge distance, we're talking how far?
120 to the ball. I'm playing front of.
Okay. 110-ish. Got it. Okay, let's see. It should be good. 109.5. Very good. Driver again. Fairway would be good here. So this would be 8. I think it's driver 5. That's it. That's it. That's it. I'm not giving that to you. I'm not giving that to you. Okay. Now, let's say you're playing golf and you hit some overfades and some pulls. Why might that shot pattern come up?
Putting it too far forward in my skin.
Very possible. And what would that? Why would that be? What would that do? What would that do? Do you think you may be swinging pretty neutral, outside in? Okay. Okay. So what might you do to adjust that? Okay. Okay. So when you're hitting those shots like before, and you start going too much pulls and too many overfades for you, it's because that club path gets a little bit outside in, a little bit. Those are missing the fairway by like 2 yards. Now what you said is a good one. If you take your normal setup for me, please, where you feel comfortable, ball position wise. If you took your normal ball position, which you could leave it there and be fine, and you could feel a little bit of path wise is fine. If you moved that back slightly farther, that could accomplish the you swinging kind of on plane or more inside by itself, and you wouldn't have to feel anything. Neither one is correct or incorrect. You just play with them a little bit. You drove it great, said the crowd, the last couple times when you played over there, so I'm not super concerned with this. We're talking minor misses, but that if you get that shot pattern, I don't want you to be like, I don't know. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's minor, minor, minor. Second club, go ahead, give me a little pound there. Second club on 8 is a 5 iron? Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. This is where we hit 5 iron to 15 feet and then we took 4 putts. Is that what 8 was?
That's what you mean.
Learning. So 5 irons, what? How far, bub?
160.
Okay. Get distance might be okay, but obviously a little too far to the right. Let's do that one again. Okay, same thing, a little overcut, right? So how would you correct that?
Putting it back down to my sleeve.
Okay. Okay, keep that club in your hand for a second. Okay, go ahead one from there. Okay, good. So why does that pillow for you work so good all the time?
It keeps me on him.
So when you go in there and you put that pillow in, your club path always, or the direction you swing that club in, is always on plane or neutral, right? And that's cool that you can do that, but I need to know when you go play that you can recognize the ball flight enough to adjust it. You got to know, hey, I'm hitting pulls and overcuts because I'm a little outside in. And then what do I feel when that's there to miss it, right? Do you feel something distinctly different when that's there, or are you just kind of aware of it? Yeah, so when you're practicing with that, you may have to get in tune a little bit better with yourself in terms of, you don't need a perfect technical answer. You just need a feel. It doesn't matter if you feel whatever. It doesn't matter if it's technically correct or not, just that you have something that you can feel to get back to this. Because it's always this for you. Okay, 10's driver again?
Yeah.
Let's keep it rolling. Actually, before you do that, grab your sandwich back out and hit that 50-yard sign for me, please. Be a little more hinge. Okay, good. Good, buddy. Good work. Okay, driver. Good work. Beautiful. What kind of distance do we have on 10? 150? 6 iron? The fans don't lie. I had a bunch of people tell me, oh my God, Mash, you drove the ball so great, you should have seen him. Stay there, stay there, stay there. I don't count that if the distance is good. 149.6, good. Beautiful, buddy. Really good. Very good. 13, 9 iron. Pitching wedge? 7 iron. 6 iron? Where do you hit your drive?
Just, like,
Are you up the hill?
50.
Are you up on top of the hill? You're not up on top of the hill? You sure? All right.
Well, that's not right, Michael. I saw that.
You're getting short, man.
You leaked it right.
Getting short.
So you had no choice but to.
Punch out, pitching wedge, shoot. What second shot are we looking at here? Over the water? It's bold.
14.
Bold man. Bold, bold move.
You did it last time when we saw it.
That's a bold move, 3-wood over the water. Now, let's talk about this for a second. What kind of, last time you played, how far do you have to the pin?
180
And the pin was located where on the green?
back left.
Back left. So 188 in the back means you probably had like 170-ish to the front edge.
Yeah.
Is that fair? 60 to the front?
Yeah, 165 around there.
65? That's a big green. 65, 88. So you had like you had to fly at least 160 to carry then the water. Is that fair? Okay. Okay. That flew 177, and you mishit that a little bit, yeah? Do that again, please. What's your normal 3-wood total?
190.
Okay. That was 194, 177 in the air. Attaboy. So how far do you feel comfortably flying that in the air where it doesn't have to be like a perfect shot? 175?
Yeah.
In the air and then roll out to 190 plus? Okay. So if you have close to 175, then maybe, yeah, or like think about it a little bit. Okay. Hey, that was good. You look really good. You feel good? We don't got to go do putting. You know what you're doing with putting? What are you doing right now for the rest of the night?
I have to finish my homework.
That's a good answer.